What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new edition of Speedway Stories. I'm your host, Wally. Hopefully, everybody's having a good Monday night and everything. Sorry about last week. Had some stuff come up, so I didn't get a chance to do shows last week. Well, I'm back tonight. What's up, Mandy? Thanks for coming in. Brittany, you too. Appreciate it. So, got some new interesting information and some results from over the motorsports weekend and everything else. Some news on my side of things that's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to come up here and do my thing, talk some motorsports, and if anybody got any questions they don't understand about certain motorsports, hit me up in the chat or whatever. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Um, to start with this for motorsports side of everything, I want to give a shout out to the Hoskins family, mostly Billy and Tommy Hoskins and Allison, especially Tommy and Allison from Gen 2 Garage. Go check your YouTube channel out there, up and coming racers, great families. Um, Tommy ended up winning what they called the Snowbird Nationals this weekend down in Florida, representing Ohio. His brother Billy and his new Camaro Apollo, they got knocked out first round. A lot of heavy hitters down at this drag racing event that was in Florida. Um, it was an invite only. Um, Also, want to give a shout out to Ryan Mitchell and Megan Mitchell, Casey Max, the Firebird. Um, they're also on YouTube. I'm big fans of those channels as well. They had some misfortunate stuff happen, but they showed up. Ryan showed what it was like to bust his ass, put in the work, and make it happen. And I mean, they didn't get the results they wanted, but I'm proud of them. I know they probably not watching or anything, but I want to give a shout out to them and stuff. Um, Keep plugging away, guys. They're out of Kansas City, so they're hell of a husband and wife duo. Ryan's a damn good racer, well known throughout the no prep scene and everything else. His Firebirdie races fucking gnarly. But yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to those guys. This invite that was this past weekend was invitationals for the baddest of the bad and Pro Mod, Outlaw 10.5, True 10.5. Bill Lutz, he even came out on top in his class he was racing. Um, Another Ohio guy. Ohio was showing out this weekend down in Florida. Um, Two out of three of the guys I follow and know personally, they showed up and kicked some ass while they were down there. So um, one of my other favorite street outlaw guys, Kai Kelly, did pretty good. Set some new personal best. He's got his own racing channel over on YouTube. It's Kai Kelly Racing. Then you got Nick Taylor. Um, he's got his own YouTube channel and stuff. He first time ever racing pro mod. He did pretty good. Um, but yeah, I mean, I wanted to share that. And then also now to the dirt track side of things. Um, they were in St. Louis, Missouri this weekend for what they call the Dome Race. They hold this every first weekend of December. It's a big dirt track ordeal and stuff. They have the first time Bobby Carpenter, um, another guy I follow, and everything else. He first time 3-time winner of the Dome ever since it was done. Ended up winning the late model ordeal. Um, Ricky Thornton won the modified class. He's another big heavy hitter. Home state guy, Ohio. Devin Moran. He had some misfortunes and stuff. He'll bounce back. But he announced a big ordeal for any of my dirt track racing fans here. I don't know if Zemphius is on or not, but if you get to watch the replay, Zemphius, um, Muskingum County Speedway is doing the first ever dirt cup. They announced it's a local track about an hour away from me. They're having two of the biggest series top drivers, invite only, to come and race to see who the best of the best is in late model dirt track racing. I thought that was pretty cool to have them be able to put that on their home track and everything else. A lot of excitement. I watched some of the racing, a lot of wrecks, a lot of destroyed cars. Um, I actually had an old classmate that I graduated high school with. Glick knows him, Dan Salmons. Uh, him and his boy and buddies, they went out again for their second or third time in a row. They were out there following him on Facebook, catching his stuff that he was posting. I mean, it's awesome to see shit like that. Um, on that note, I'm still pushing with, I know the holidays coming up, dealing with sponsors for the race I'm wanting to put on. I got to wait until mostly after the first of the year to hit them up. Wait until after the first because they're doing their end of the year stuff and everything to get sponsors and everything. I'm going to hit local businesses. I've got flyers up on my personal Facebook and YouTube channel. I'm going to share them on the network here if anybody knows any sponsors that would like to be involved in what I'm trying to make one of the biggest uh, off-road races in a while for like local scenes here in Ohio. Besides like a jamboree or core racing, ball hall or anything, it's for my rough truck guys and everything. Um, but yeah, other than that, that's the only hang up besides securing everything, getting doing dotting the i's and crossing the t's. So we're gonna get that ball rolling after the holidays. That'll be number one priority. Besides, of course, family. Girls are in wrestling and everything else, so that's gonna keep me busy on the side with their wrestling tournaments. Um, that and then my local. Now we're gonna flip over to something. If Johnny's got his ears on, they had Johnny Bong. We was watching this weekend. Watched motocross racing at my local track. They did a live. It was the indoor round two of it was round two of the indoor series, and plus it was an AMA plate race. Um, Somebody close to me and everything else that I know personally ended up getting actually one of those number one plates for this race this weekend. Pretty proud of him for the class that he was racing. Mad kudos to him. So as long as he keeps plugging away and everything, he could be good at it. There's a lot of local guys there. There's a lot of Canadians that was down this weekend again. People from all over Michigan, Pennsylvania. Um, Apex Motorworks. They were the one YouTube channel. They did the live feed for this amateur racing series out at Route. It's called Route 62. It's in Martinsburg, Ohio. Um, they're on all social media platforms and everything else. Check them out if you're into motocross racing and stuff. It's an awesome facility. But yeah, he's the guy that owns the place, man. It was actually an old bull riding event arena and stuff, grounds and everything had bucking bulls and everything on it when I was in high school and stuff. So it's pretty amazing to see what he's done with it and made it grow to what it is and to getting the recognition that they do. Um, it's only going to get better. But yeah, that and since we're on a motocross ordeal, Um, Hayden Deegan, one of the guys I follow, young up and comer, is a stud on a 250 dirt bike. He announced after racing overseas on a 450 dirt bike and everything else, one of the bigger dirt bikes with some of the heavy hitters in a series, like a World Series kind of deal. He is going to do a West Coast starting in January in Anaheim. It's January 11th, I believe, starts the Supercross series for Monster Energy. He's going to race that West Coast ordeal and defend his title that he won last year. So, mad kudos to that kid, his family. Eli Tomac, he's coming on hot with his new ride. He is now officially a rider for KTM when he was a Yamaha racer. Um, he looked good over there on some of the races I found that was posted on YouTube. Sorry. But yeah, and then the surprise for me being a motocross fan was actually seeing where Chase Sexton, he was another up and coming, another guy I really looked up to watching him run. He is now Team Green, which is Kawasaki. He's racing for them. We'll see how he does. He had great success racing the KTM classes and everything else. So we'll see what happens this race season come January. There's a lot of big names going to be pushing for the titles this year. Johnny's favorite, Cooper Webb, looking to defend his title again. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, he looked good overseas. He was in Sweden this past weekend, finished third and everything else. So I mean, there's a lot of Americans and stuff and Canadians and everything that did this overseas tour. It was kind of neat seeing that how our motorsports side of everything is growing over in Europe and places like that. I know some of it's been there for a while and everything, but it's cool to finally see them literally get it out there to the world now because of YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media platforms where they can be on the big stage. Um, I'm at Big Demo Derby Guy. They have Australia's got their own organization and stuff. They've had guys come over here from that organization and us go over and compete in demolition derbies over in Australia. I mean, it's freaking cool as hell to see this platform. Just like with motocross racing, the F1 game. Benji, got yours on, brother. Um, they're big. That's a big thing. The supercars and stuff, big thing over in Germany, anywhere in Europe and stuff like that. It's becoming big over here and everything too, but it's mostly overseas. So the platforms now are huge, and the doors wide open for a lot of stuff. So I mean, it's awesome to see this exposure for overseas organizations and our big name superstars, as I call them, for here in our motorsports world to go over and dive into the whole situation and show themselves um, and literally compete against the best in the world, just like they come over here to compete with us, the best in the world. Um, Bull riding, mixed martial arts, you name it. I mean, it's a mixture of everybody. So it's cool to see that, especially on the motorsports side. Um, and we'll get more into that too, and I'll talk Thursday night about it. But it's also big over in Europe and other countries and everything with reptiles as well. But yeah, they everybody's pretty much around here, other than the ones that are racing south or they're getting their stuff ready for next year. Been getting ready for the holidays, everything. One of my former guests, Dustin Henning. Anybody looking for a turnkey race car? It's Henning Racing on Facebook and stuff on his social medias. He's selling his Malibu because he got a new ride. Um, I'm gonna eventually try to have him back up here on the show again when our schedules can work out and stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting off season, especially. It's gonna be. There's a lot of the guys from here in Ohio that got invites. They're gonna be busy all winter down south racing for back to drag racing for the invitational races down south. So we'll see what happens. I talked to one of my rough truck buddies the other day. Finally, got some time to talk to him. Um, he's got a couple surprises coming out next year for with what he's got. He's been working on his stuff, getting it ready. A couple of the other guys I know are getting their stuff rounded around and everything, get ready for the season. Um, Before we know it, here in Ohio and the Midwest and everything, it's going to be back again. It'll be warm weather and stuff. Just the countdown goes. Holidays has kind of slowed everybody up, which I understand. Um, we'll see what happens. But yeah, not like I said, I've been trying to work on getting guests and everything, getting around their schedule um, to come up, talk about their brand of motorsports, um, what they do, why they got into the hobby. I've shared with you guys. Reason I'm in most of the hobbies I do is I grew up around it, turn wrenches and everything else. So it's one of those deals that it's just one of those passions that we feed and stuff, and sometimes we get lucky. I'm fortunate that I got kids that are interested in it as well. So we'll see what happens with them. If they want to stick with it, they don't have to. If they don't want to, but yeah, we'll keep it going that way. Like I said, my rough truck, I'm gonna run at least one time, and then I'm gonna probably turn the older two loose in it rest of the year, with time allowing. Um, I definitely want to run my hometown show again and do it one last time, and then after that, I'm probably I'm probably gonna take a back seat and do the whole wrenching and pit crew and crew chief deal and hand the reins over. We'll see what happens. So it doesn't help that I got my second oldest. She wants to get into dirt bikes and everything else. So that's another ordeal that she's been wanting to do for a while. So we're gonna make that happen. Um, my youngest, she likes it too, but she's more into her softball and everything else. So that there's just as bad as the motorsports section. So we'll see what happens. Um, I'll keep everybody posted up here on this and on the network. But yeah, other than that, I really don't have much for tonight. Um, we just get going. Wanted to catch up with some stuff, give some announcements on the motorsports side of things. Um, they do have, what was it? Hang on one second here. I'm trying to figure out something real quick. Yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, tonight's going to be one of those slow nights. It's wintertime, like I said. Everybody doing their off season, everything. So I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Sorry it's a short episode and everything else. Thank you. Tune in Thursday night. I'm back with Cold Blooded Conversations. Uh, I will actually have more for that because I have some cool information and different stuff I want to share with everybody. Tune in Tune in next Monday night for my be back here for Speedway stories and stuff. I should have more. I need to just start looking for more stuff and everything and hit up some more people and see if I can't get a couple people on next week. Thank you guys once again. Brittany, Mandy, thanks for stopping in. I will catch you guys on the next one. You guys have a good Monday night and have a good week. Bye.